What's up, YouTube? We are back with a new video. We have a full show today. We're going to be getting to somebody I never heard of. I just heard of this person today. I didn't know this person's music, never heard of this artist, but we got to get into Anne Marie. We're going to get into that story. We're also going to be talking about Meek Mill. We're going to get into JTO tweets. We're also going to be talking about Jaguar Wright responding to Talib. And we also going to be getting to Nicki Minaj husband, victim's daughter speak out, and she was saying some things about Nicki Minaj. So let us first get into our first subject. I've never heard of this artist's music before. A producer sent this to me, and I'm like, who is that? Well, Anne Marie is an R&B singer. She's known for one of her records, Secret, so I was able to listen to that vibe. But she's sitting in jail right now because she, after allegedly shooting her side dude in the head. So they said up-and-coming R&B singer Anne Marie is facing some petty serious charges after she allegedly shot her side dude in the head, but she claimed the whole thing was an accident. So here's what you need to know. Let me tell you about the story about what was really posted. According to the police, the Atlanta police have responded to report shooting at a hotel around 6:30 on Tuesday, December 2nd. When they arrived, they found the victim laying on the floor inside the room, suffering from a gunshot wound to the head. The 24-year-old man, whose identity wasn't released, was reportedly rushed to Grady Hospital, conscious, alert, and breathing to receive medical treatment. So she put out there that, hey, she was crying, talking about the gun just went off, and it just so happened to hit him in the head. So she is an R&B singer, sitting in jail yet again, dealing with some mess. This kind of reminded me of the whole thing with Megan Thee Stallion getting hit in her foot. This is already up. So obviously, this woman, I don't know if she's guilty, but it's not looking too good because the police arrested her. They wasn't believing her story. But your side dude, I usually would look at it as being your boyfriend. So this means if you shot your side dude in the head, that means you had a boyfriend that you're in a relationship with and you went to go find somebody else. If you had a side dude or a side piece, that means you got somebody, okay? You're in a relationship and you're dating somebody. So that means you're in a relationship and you smashing somebody. So obviously the side dude was cheating, and then she decided to hit the man in the head with a gun, with a bullet in it. So I tell people, listen. If you cannot have, let me tell you this. She got an incredible voice. If you're gonna cheat, knowing that the person that you cheat on is gonna cheat, because if they respect you and think that you're a great person, then they will not cheat. But if you have a side dude, that means that it's that side dude gonna cheat on somebody else. You're not going to have a side dude that is faithful. You're not going to have a side dude. And she from Chicago, from the same city I'm from. You're not going to get a side. That's just like me. Yeah, I got a side chick. She off. Ain't no such thing as a faithful side chick. Ain't no such thing as a faithful side dude. Because when you start smashing them, they're no longer faithful. And there is a strong possibility that they're going to cheat on you. Okay? So I had to just let that be known. So I see people in the comments like, oh my gosh, I don't know who this girl is. I didn't know until I got the message today about that person. And it don't look good when you have a mugshot. When you got a mugshot, that don't look good. And I'm not judging. Only thing I'm saying is you don't have a right. If she would have shot him in the head, I'm not judging. You did that, and so now you have to face the facts. Now, her music ain't really charting like that. But guess what? When she went to jail, everybody and their mama is posting it, the shade room, and it's no shade toward the shade room, but they weren't posting her when her music was out. Hello. They weren't posting her when she had a record out. They weren't posting her in the studio, but when she had her downfall, ended up in jail for shooting her side dude in the head, where probably with a 357 Magnum. I don't know what or what kind of gun it was. I'm just saying 357 Magnum. You know, that's the only one that I know of from just growing up. So they never posted her. So she's an R&B singer, and people was like, who is that, Wiley? I didn't know who she was. So when the producer, literally, we were preparing for the show, and the producer sent it to my DM and was like, Wiley, you got to touch on this story. I'm like, okay, who is that? I've never heard her music. And I literally had to go to YouTube, and I'm like, okay, it was a song about Secret. I really, really love this. So on our after show on Station Head, which is tonight, we will play, you know, her music on Station Head, so for y'all can hear. So those people that are missing, we'll do like an after show on Station Head to play some of her songs. So, but I never seen this, you know, her posted on any of these major sites. I just see her being discussed now. So y'all keep on the prayers. Was it right? Have you ever experienced that you want to knock out your side dude? But it should be no shocker. Side dudes gonna cheat because they are side dude, meaning that they are not your head dude or your boyfriend, side dude to somebody that you cheating on when you already in a relationship. So that was that. So I want to thank that producer for sending that to me. And I'm like, who is that? So I want to get into this next story with Meek Mills. Meek Mills is definitely a rapper, an incredible rapper. I love some of his flow. I'm not like a big Meek Mill fan, but, you know, I love his previous album that came out. The one, you know, I love the fact what he's doing for criminal justice reform, but he have did some messed up stuff. He have did some stuff that was very messed up, and I just think it was disrespectful. So it was some young kids out there selling some water, and pretty much Meek Mill stopped, and he was like, you know, share the $20. Y'all supposed to sort not 20,000, not 200, not $100, but $20. $20 he gonna give to all the boys to share selling water. Y'all share the $20. Now, mind you, he's pulling up an expensive car. He's got all of this money, and all he can offer those young men that are poor and trying to have a hustle and selling water, all that Meek Mill offered them was $20. So when I heard the story, I'm like, that's cheap. So when the producer was telling me before the show, I'm like, do you mean $200, $1,000? She said, no, $20 he offered those young men selling water. You know, when you sell water for $1 or you sell it for $2, it's extra cold out of the cooler. I have friends that should do that and everything. I used to do yard sales and sell like nachos back in the day in Chicago. So I never was like a water boy and sell like water bottle, but you can make a nice piece of money on there if you know how to, you know, buy the case and know how to sell it and make sure it's looking really, really cold and sell on a hot day. You will pretty much will make a nice profit on there. So pretty much he offered them only $20. That ain't nothing. $20. So them little kids, they up there looking like, is you serious? Y'all did one of his entourage. Y'all split that. Y'all split that. It's only 20. Y'all split that $20. That ain't nothing. Now, I'm not complaining that people will say, well, Wiley, he didn't have to do that. But if you're going to do something and if you got money, even the Bible said, who much is given, much is required. If you got it like that, he could have gave a little bit more. He could have gave a little bit more than $20 stinking. And they had to split it with all the boys. Now, he just would have gave one young man a 20. I want to make a deal of boo. But he said, y'all split this 20. Ain't enough splitting for just $20. They going to what? Each of them going to walk away with $1? That is an insult, Meek Mills, and you should know better. So, of course, he was getting dragged down in social media. They were saying he's cheap. This is why he should have stayed in jail. He would never amount to anything. Some people said they're not going to buy his music. Look at what he's doing to his community. That was insulting. That was disrespectful. So they were saying a lot of stuff about Meek Mills, all in the comments. They were dragging him all down Twitter, which they should drag him all down Twitter. But $20 ain't nothing. $20 stinking, and you got to split it between all your friends. That is an insult. Okay? That is an insult. Really, it is an insult, and all that stuff is going on. Okay. Insult. Let somebody upset with my homeboys, and we up in selling water, and a celebrity pulled up and just offered $20. That celebrity gonna get cussed out. I don't care who they is. You could be Brandy. You're not gonna come to me when I'm selling water and only offer me $20. $20. $20. That's all you gonna offer me. And you got all this money, all these Grammys. You only give me $20. Hey, you can't get much. You can't go far with $29 in today's economy. Now, back in the 60s and the 50s, you could have did a lot with 20, but not now. Oh, Lord, these celebrities is something. I cannot believe it. What in the world was he thinking? Of course he's going to drown that. They'd have been wrong if they would have got up and robbed him. They'd have been so wrong if they would have got up and robbed him. But I'd have been on their side if they would have came and robbed Meek Mill, just offered them $20. And guarantee if he would have got robbed, he'd have had more than $20 in his pocket. So he was get dragged. So y'all make sure y'all shout. Oh my God. That would have been Brandy. Okay, ain't nowhere in the world you gonna come to me and offer me $20 and I gotta share with all my friends. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Now let's get into. Oh my gosh, I know y'all probably gonna go off in the callers. Anybody that gonna call in, I know y'all gonna go off. Let's get into JT. Where's JT? Is JT here? Okay, so JT, she is back in the news because they're digging up old tweets of JT. Okay, so of course I was watching the blogs and they were saying something about JT literally opening up, these old tweets. So this is a tweet that JT wrote. Now, mind you, these tweets go back in 2018. So somebody is digging up these old tweets. Again, she had old tweets before that was homophobic. Now her old tweets are being dug up, and these are some tweets that are hitting the blogs. One of JT tweets from the City Girl said this: I love pretty dark-skinned girls, not too crispy. No, but the Milky Ways be the ish. Not too crispy. Look at her. And she dark-skinned. Look at her skin tone. She is not light-skinned. She's the same complexion as me and talking about your people that is dark-skinned. That comes from self-hatred and not appreciating the skin of yourself, not appreciating your skin, not appreciating your existence. When you say stuff like that, what JT said, let me read this tweet again. I love pretty dark-skinned girls, not too crispy. No, but the Milky Ways be the ish. Then she wrote another tweet. Caitlyn Jenner discussed me, old dumb ASS man. That's what she wrote. That's very transphobic right there. Then it's another tweet she wrote. Trash dog shaped like a substitute teacher. Ho, go find a seat in the nearest diary aisle. Like, come on now. Come on, JT. Get it. Oh my God. They got these old tweets of her all down here. Then JT wrote, she wrote, Nicki Minaj is so ugly. Wow. Another tweet, at the end of the day, Future got 1,000 kids to worry about. F. Russell and that punk a-hole. Another tweet from JT, I wish R. Kelly was here with me. RN, I know he will get me right. So now she wanted some of that urine, the Pine Piper peen. She wanted some of that. This is the tweet that she wrote. Now, this tweet went all the way back to 2017 when she pretty much were lusting after the Pied Piper, R. Kelly. You know, the one that peed on girls and recorded them and all that married Aaliyah at an early age and made one of the girls eat they boo. Made one of the girls, not that ain't funny, but made one of the girls eat that as a snack, boo sandwich. And then it was something else that JT, somebody responded to JT in her DMs and said, hey, JT, like, do you like Onika? And she said, blocked. And then that person said, OMG. So obviously she don't like Nicki. Then another one tweet she wrote, she said, Rihanna, a hoe. Beyonce, a queen. Now, with that tweet, she actually quoted that tweet. Then it was another one. Okay, I read that one already. She said, Regine has blocked me on here from a long time ago. I didn't give that fat corny hoe a break. That was another tweet she wrote. And it's crazy. See, the thing with JT, then she deleted her Twitter. And this is what she said back in 2012. She said this: I love Keke Palmer. Then back in January 14, 2017, she said, I hate Keke Palmer. This is JT from the City Girls. Then she wrote this. She said, T.I. and Tiny relationship is pure. She's not even pretty, but because he loves her, make her beautiful. Wow, you have audacity to talk about somebody's looks when you did get all this plastic surgery allegedly and try to change your skin tone. Come on now. Come on, JT, get it together. She had audacity to call somebody ugly. Then she wrote here, perm, she responded to somebody. She said, PRM, your perm your nappy a head hole and get out mentions you natural disaster. Because somebody tweeted her and said, I had no idea JT told me to get a perm in 2015. I don't like her no more. So somebody didn't even know that she said that. She said, F all these little bees like R. Kelly. Another tweet, just seeing Santana. This is talking about Salty Santana. Big O.A. ran a train on, yapping all the way from the basement, playing with all the DL trade in Florida. Booty hole, dish of cum, and oh my God, wow. Oh my, she said, I swear I hate N-words. I should be a effing Nazi. Then she said, I look like a tranny and act like a sus. That's what she said. This is all JT. And then JT said, y'all don't know Aaliyah personally. Get the F off my timeline. Acting like y'all sad for real. Don't even mourn about y'all dead grandmas like that. So this is all this. Then another tweet. I'm going to read about 3 more, then I'm done. She said, somebody child missing in Chuck E. Cheese. I'm going to still eat this pizza. And that was all, pretty much all the tweets she wrote. Now, Salty Santana responded. He said, because everybody was like, oh my God, look what JT said about you. But this was Salty Santana's, this was his response. Before we became famous, we used to sit at home looking effed up. Priorities ain't together, talking big-ish on Twitter about everybody. The same ish y'all regular bees do now. Why y'all be so surprised? I'm going to start calling y'all jobs and get y'all canceled. That was all that. Then all that type of stuff. I was like, what in the world? CJT, I really can't come down on you. The reason I'm not going to come down on her because I've said some nasty stuff in my tweets. I don't know all the stuff that I said. People can dig into my tweets, so I'm not going to come hard on her. I just hope that she is no longer thinking like that anymore when it comes to dark-skinned people. I hope that she's no longer being transphobic. I hope that she, went to the next level because we have all said some things on our social media accounts that we forgot about. So if, her saying that, I'm not going to come hard on her. I just hope JT learn from that mistakes, learn to say, okay, I can't say these things no more. I no longer feel this way. Those was like in 2017, 2018, and many people said she should be canceled. But if everybody go down to our individual social media, especially if you're a public figure and dig in those tweets, 9 out of 10 chances they're going to find some things that are disturbing. The same thing with Jay Salih. They found some disturbing things about what he said, but those was in the past. Now, if they're saying in 2020, and this year, something really, really current, but if you're going to 2-3 years back or 4 years back, you might find some things that might be disrespectful. You might find some things that might not be right. You might find some things that may not be cool. But I don't think she'd be canceled. Now, y'all can post in the chat and let me know, and maybe y'all can call in and let me know if she should be canceled, and we can have that conversation. If you say that she should be canceled. But be careful before you say be canceled if you got some tweets out there. Okay, now speaking about the R. Kelly, I still like listening to R. Kelly song. I used to think that I could not go on. I used to love R. Kelly music, and I still do. I still love R. Kelly music. I don't like him as a person for the things that he have been accused of, and he have his day in court. And if those rumors and allegations is true, I don't like him as a person, as a person, right? But I still rock with his music. I'm not going to get on here and act like I don't listen to his music because I'll be on here live. Anytime a song come on, step, round and round. Okay, I still listen to his music. As many of you still listen to his music. Some of y'all moms still listen to his music. Some of y'all aunties still listen to his music. So I'm not going to sit here and say I don't. I know how to distinguish the man from the art. The art I still live with. I still watch Bill Cosby. I still watch Cosby Show. I don't cancel anytime Cosby Show come on or they play a replays on any other channel. If it ever come on, if I watch clips on YouTube, I will still watch it. I'm not going to cancel just because you in prison for the things that you did in your personal life. You could be counseled for that part, but I don't mean I have to counsel your project. I don't have to watch your project. That ain't me. I'm not going to get on here and pretend like I stopped or you should stop. No. You can't tell me what I should stop listening to. If I like his records, I'm going to play his records, okay? Because if R. Kelly dies today, everybody will be streaming his records, be singing his record all in the streets, dancing to his records, and putting on that, oh my God, I love him so much. They'll be playing him all over the radio. So let's not act so sedity, act like we ain't really listening to this man music, when in fact, you probably listening to it right now, or you probably listened to it before you came on the show. Before you came on the show, you probably listened to his record. Okay? And I'm just being 100% real. Now, okay, let's go here. Now, Jaguar, Wright, and Talib, y'all already know Talib is in the news still. Jaguar, Wright have responded to him on social media again, and she pretty much put this post out on her Instagram. She said, period. If Talib Kweli is spewing lies on the net for clickbait, clearly you need me. Get a life, Talib Green, and I promise you whatever record you're about to release, which is most likely why you're doing this, won't be as fire as mine. I've been wondering why Mos Def has been so quiet while you're disrespecting the Black Standard official legacy with your Black woman hating A. Every Black woman should burn all of your records. And I bet Mos is super disappointed in you right now, disrespecting all his fans with your foolishness. Hashtag shame. So she wrote that post, and she put all of this stuff on social media about this. Then she wrote this. She said, now how y'all going to line step wearing shoes like this? I hate that hashtag Storm Rowe keeps paying the high price for loyalty, protecting someone who only wants to steal from him. Miss Kibi. I recorded our phone calls as well. Hope your sound sounds like mine. Hate that a contract is tying up very capable hands. Hashtag Storm on TV is bigger than you. Hashtag Tasha K. Let that young king leave. Get your own. A contract should never create a slave. Hashtag shame. So she been responding to Tasha. She been responding to this person. She been responding to that person. But let me tell you, whoever she's responding to, she's going to always get people to consume that is because it's entertaining. Well, Talib definitely was getting on top, accusing me of not asking Storm Monroe questions. So yesterday, we broke down some stuff on Station Head, and we talked about it on Station Head. But I will repeat what I said in a little sense for those that missed the Station Head stuff we said. Regardless of what you feel about Jaguar, Wright, when it comes to Talib and Jaguar, both of them had stories. Talib said Jaguar was aggressively in the bedroom and he had sex with her. It was consensual because she was so aggressive that she wanted. He just gave in. He said he pretty much stopped having sex with Jaguar, right? It's because she was too aggressive. Now, both of them got stories, and both of them saying they telling the truth. And it's three sides. You get the Talib, you get the Jaguar, and you get the truth. And so it's up to the pretty much as of right now, it's the court of public opinion on what side is on. Because nobody went to the authorities, nobody filed any charges. It was no lawsuits found, no sexual harassment lawsuits found. Because if that is what happened, that's clearly classic sexual harassment. If someone is pressuring you to get into the bedroom. But most of the time, guys don't do that with women because women, that who gonna believe that when you say a woman is trying to press you in the bedroom versus when a man does it to a woman? Do you think people ain't gonna hardly will laugh at you, let you go on somebody's off and say, oh my gosh, this woman is trying to have me to eat her yoni. She is forcing it on me and I don't want it. So who what have, and she's a woman and I don't want it. You might get laughed out of the precinct. You might get laughed out of, you might get laughed out the office. You're going to get laughed at. Honestly, if you tell that story to somebody and say, hey, she's trying to force it all on me. She's trying to force her boobs all on me and I don't want it. Man, if you say that to somebody, they're going to be like, sir, are you real? Get somewhere and sit down. Ain't nobody believing that. Ain't nobody going to believe that at all. Okay? Not at all. Ain't nobody's going to believe that. And I would just say that right then and there. If you up there talking about force, no, they're not going to believe that. How many of y'all believe a man when a man say that woman forced herself on it? Y'all ain't going to believe that. Hey, babe, I got something to tell you. She just forced it and I had to give in because she forced herself on me. Y'all ain't going to believe it. All right? Sure, ain't nowhere in the world y'all gonna believe that. Now we got to get into Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. Wow. All right, so let me give a disclaimer. What I'm about to say is just my opinion, okay? I do not have a bone in this fight. This is just a story that I'm going to do, so if you're triggered, please don't get triggered. So Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty, he was accused, he was convicted of rape. So the victim, the one that he raped's daughter, okay, came out and was speaking out. And she said that Nicki Minaj called her, offered her money. Now, she had a number, said $20,000. And then she said somebody from Nicki account offered her mother $100,000 to write a letter and to pretty much recant her story about being raped by Nicki Minaj's husband. So the daughter came on very beautiful. She came on, she talked about the situation, and she said that her and her mother and the family had to move around 3 times. She said her mother had to get a new, she had on her own home, but she was starting to get threatening messages. Once she declined the money from Nicki Minaj, she said she started to get messages and calls that said that they got a bounty out on her head. Now, she said also when her mother was raped by Kenneth Petty, that she did not go home. She went to school and she was blood and everything. And she contacted the police that day and he was arrested. And she said also she started talking about her mother's history, about being raped since the age of 4 or 5, been abused because she was adopted. So she was saying that she is hurt because they can't get over it, because when Nicki Minaj came out and said that they were in a relationship, that wasn't the case. She said that's a lie. They was not in a relationship. And she also said that her mother is not white. Okay? She said her mother is not white at all. All right? So when all these situations, she said my mama ain't white. Y'all up there doing that. And she said my mother is she don't do social media. And she said the reason why she's speaking out because they're trying to make Kenneth Petty into being something that he's not. And then the daughter was saying in her Facebook video, she said, hey, he was supposed to register as a sex offender when he got to California. He did not register. So that he broke the law. And he said they tried to offer. I want to say these was her words, that Nicki Minaj called and pretty much tried to offer her $20,000. And I heard the number when she was saying $100,000 to change her story. And then the daughter was like, I don't know why would Nicki offer that. You wouldn't even do a feature for $100,000. You wouldn't even do a feature for that. So she said, it's no way in the world that I would be out here doing that. And I was saying this, if it's true that they've been reaching out, they should have gotten the authorities involved, number one. But then she said the marshals got involved, because they heard about the threats that the mother was getting, all of this stuff that was going on. Me personally, I don't believe that Nicki Minaj called her. I believe it probably was a Nicki Minaj impersonator. I do not believe Nicki Minaj will risk that phone call being recorded, because anytime you get on the phone knowing that your phone calls might be recorded, I don't think that Nicki will get on their phone and try to tell this woman that her husband have raped to change her story. That probably was somebody impersonating Nicki Minaj's voice and saying these things to scare the person. It could have been obsessed fans. It's different type of technology you can use to disguise your voice to sound like Nicki Minaj or to say that. I don't think that Nicki Minaj risked that, because if that was the case, they would have filed charges on Nicki Minaj to say, hey, You out here trying to bribe a victim of your husband, and we're gonna file charges. Because they can do it by the phone records, they could find out, but all them type of records. We even looked at the situation that's going on in Sweetie Pie, so how they got him together with the whole, the phone records and this. So it's records. So I don't believe that it was Nicki. I do believe there probably was some fans or probably was some obsessed barbs that were doing that and trying to speak up for Nicki or saying these type of things, to try to scare this woman off. But I don't believe that it was Nicki Minaj picking up her phone, calling her. I don't believe it at all. I just don't believe it. Now, you all can come in the call in and you all can call in. I open up the phone lines. But me personally, I don't believe that that I believe that it was them barbs that called in and said, hello, this is Nicki Minaj. I want to offer you $20,000 and something like that, because she can easily go to the authorities and talk about it. Now, the daughter didn't really talk about her mom going to authorities, so that she was just pretty much saying that her mom was moving. But then Nicki Minaj's husband, victim, the one, the lady that he raped, daughter, she was saying she was at this club and somebody was asking her a question talking about who are your people, and she said her people, and they pretty much said Kenneth, name or the nickname he goes by, and she said she went off.
Your show now.
She said she had went off on him and all that.
Your show is scheduled to start in 27 seconds.
And tell people who your people is. So that's just something that I didn't really feel for that. Do I believe that that she's doing this for clout? I believe that she's repeating everything that her mother is saying. And as a good daughter, you're going to believe your mom. You know what I'm saying? So, but mom.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2,
but I don't think it was Nicki.
1.
Right? I don't believe it was Nicki. That's some questions that whenever she do interviews, they can dive into those type of questions. But we will open up the phone lines. I will allow y'all to speak on the subject. That's what I think about. I don't believe there's Nicki. I'm not taking up for Nicki. Nicki is not on I'm not on Nicki Minaj's payroll, but I will allow you as the viewers to give y'all opinion. I don't believe that was real Nicki, because if a Nicki called me, best believe I'm going to record it. I'm going to record that conversation to have evidence. Period. All right, let's go to the phone lines. 646-716-8447 is the number. Let me post the number on the screen so you all can see it. All right. And then after show on station here. Let's go. 4713, Carly on air.
Hey, Wiley, what's going on?
All right.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with the Meek Mill situation.
Yes.
I do. I like I said, I see both sides of it. I do see where people are like, well, he didn't have to give the kids anything. But my thing is with Meek Mill is the same person that goes around, oh, we have to put money back into Black communities and support Black people, all this stuff, this, that, and the other. You pull up in a $400,000 car with all this jewelry on and all of this stuff, and you give these young boys $20 to split amongst each other. I do think that's disrespectful. It's disrespectful because you decided to record it and put it on the internet. Like, we don't see clips of you, you know what I mean, in a strip club making it rain on naked women. You give naked women more than you're giving these little boys that's out here trying to actually hustle and make, you know what I mean, make a living. So, like I said, I do agree. Like, you should have just never even recorded that. If you were going to give them $20 to split, you should never even record it and put it on the internet. So that's what I have to say about that. About the Nicki Minaj situation, like I said, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, first, the woman, she made a video, she was hiding her face, and she said it was because of her safety. But then you let your daughter get on there with her face out, you know what I mean, and say whatever she has to say. Like, people won't recognize you're her mom. So I just don't get the, you know what I mean? I don't get the logic behind that. If you all are trying to protect yourself, I just don't get that. And like I said, at the end of the day, if you have all this evidence that they've been reaching out to you and this, that, and the other, don't you think that they would have went to the authorities and we would kind of already, you know what I mean, have some sort of idea as to if that was true or not? Because like I said, at the end of the day, that's tampering with like a witness or something like that. So Nicki would have definitely got in trouble for that. So I think if that really happened and they went to the authorities, we would have been known about it. You know what I mean? At this point, I just think that they're both trying to milk the story, if you ask me. You know what I mean? And I'm not buying it. Like, you have to come when you come on a large platform like this and you stand allegations like that, you have to come with more than word of mouth for me. I need to see some sort of evidence. Like you said, they have constantly been reaching out to you. So you mean to tell me every time your phone rings, you haven't recorded your phone conversations if you know you got people like it just doesn't make sense.
Facts. I feel
you know what I mean? So
I feel you. And
that's how I feel about
and like
it.
I said, bigger blogs would have picked it up, like TMZ and all of these other blogs would have picked it up that major. But you can't pick up something that you ain't got the proof to back it up. So that's what I'm saying.
Right. And I'm not saying, like I said, I want to say this as well. I'm not saying that, you know what I mean? What happened to the lady didn't happen to her back in the day, like when he got charged and everything. My thing is, at the end of the day, this man was found guilty in a court of law. He served his time. So I'm just confused as to why are we resurfacing this? You know what I mean? Right. I understand that he didn't register in California, and that's why he's going back to court, but that has nothing to do with her at this point. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
Alrighty.
All right, thank you. Right, we go to the next caller, 2217.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
All right.
Okay, I want to start off with the Meek Mill thing. I do think a lot of these celebrities pretend that they have a lot of money, but they actually don't, and it's all a show and a forefront. I mean, a false front for the gram and stuff like that. And it's just like that situation with the kids in Atlanta where he gave basically 8 kids $20 to split it between them. It was just kind of ridiculous. It's like, if you plan on doing charity, but you're not able to give as much as you would like, just stop recording it, because you're going to get backlash for that. And then I want to talk about the Nicki situation. As far as what the alleged daughter is coming out with, it's not matching up with what her mom is saying, because at first her mom said that the harassment started last year. Now she's saying it didn't start until March of this year. Her mom then stated that they tried to bribe her for $20,000, and then her daughter came and said it was $100,000. Mm-hmm. So we're getting different stories, but as well as her recanting or any type of thing for the 94 case does nothing since since Kenneth was charged in New York. He wouldn't be able to get off the sex offender list until 2025. It's 30 years after the original case was tried. And as you can see, it's 2020. So her recanting would actually do nothing for him. That's why it actually does not make any sense. As well as none of his charges have anything to do with the actual witness. It only has to do with him failing to register. So this is why everyone is getting not confused, but they're getting semi.
I think the letter will be about public opinion. I think the letter would be about changing the public opinion about Mr. Kenneth Petty, not with the legal stuff. If she come out with a letter, it will change his whole image with the public. Probably not with the courts, but with the public, I think, to clear it up, to help Nicki Minaj's image.
But there's already an active restraining order against the actual victim, already open. So if anyone would even try to be attempting to contact them, they will be breaking the restraining order. Now, I was listening to a couple of other bloggers or whatnot. They were saying that he was just in court with the United States Marshal last week. So if any type of harassment, any type of bribe, any type of crime would have been, because per the daughter as well as the voice, they stated that they spoke with the U.S. Marshal. That would have been presented in court, and he would have been charged for breaking the active restraining order, as well as the harassment and bribery. So it's just, this is becoming an issue, as well as they're finding TikToks of the daughter like using Nicki Minaj's voice and dancing. So it's just weird that if someone who is causing all of this stress, causing all of this issues to your family, that you're still a fan of them. I wouldn't. So it's sounding like it's becoming a clout, and they're using.
Yeah, because she said the video, I used to be a fan of Nicki Minaj. She said in the video, this is the victim's daughter, right? She said, I used to be a fan of Nicki Minaj, but now if I hear Nicki Minaj song, I say turn it off, because she said she's no longer a fan when Nicki started to bring up, make her relationship public with Mr. Kenneth Petty. So that's what she said in the video on Facebook.
Right, but this is what that's where the inconsistency happened, because the Voice said that they've been getting harassed since last year. So which is it? Is it last year, which is allegedly the actual victim who said that they've been getting harassed, or is it this year, this March? That's where the stories are not adding up. So if it was last year, why are you on TikTok dancing to someone you're saying is attacking you and causing your mother stress? It's not making sense. If someone is threatening your life, threatening your mother's life, threatening your well-being, I wouldn't have anything to do with them, voice, song, or nothing. But yet, she has a video of her with Nicki Minaj songs, Nicki Minaj voice, all over TikTok, as well as you have now presented your face so people are able to recognize you. You just stated that your mom said she had to move 3 times. You are now endangering not only yourself, but as well as your mother. So this is where people are getting upset about the inconsistencies, because there are real victims out here who are struggling to get their story out, and you have people who are pushing narratives that could really get someone in prison off of false accusations. I'm not talking about the 94 one. I'm talking about the stuff that they're trying to present in 2020.
Right. Well, thank you so much. That's the issue. Well, thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, 0317, Carly on air.
Hello, how you doing, Wiley?
All right.
Okay, so I just want to just get into the Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty and the alleged victim thing. Here's my issue, all right? So I'm like this, okay, this person has said they went through this. So I'm like, okay, why is it so hard to believe that, you know, Kenneth Petty, since he failed to recertify, you know, in the state of California, from what I understand, and now he has a court date coming up, why is it so hard to believe that they wouldn't ask this victim to recant their stories? Why is it so hard to believe that they wouldn't try to pay this victim? Why is it so hard to believe? Now, if the daughter's out there clout chasing, to be honest with you, as a child of the victim, she shouldn't. But I also feel like, look, why can't they tell a story? There's no reason why they shouldn't be able to go anywhere in the world and tell their story. Why do they have to be quiet forever? I don't understand that.
Well, I don't think they should be quiet. You can speak up, but if you're going to bring up allegations that Nicki Minaj called you, you just got to have proof. You just can't say that.
Yeah, and that's cool. But then I'm like, okay, well, you know, just because I don't have a recording like Tasha K would have a recording doesn't mean it didn't happen.
It would be hard to explain because people would be like, what a proof, you know?
I mean, because to say the caller is slow too, because I was looking at the chat.
Let's go.
I'm like, you want to say I'm?
No,
but hold on.
Thank you, caller. Thank you, caller. We're not gonna be addressing the chat and all that. We're talking about the subject. 8656, caller, you're there. We're talking about the subject. If you don't be on subject, we get you off. 8656.
Hey, Wiley. Yes. So, the first thing I want to talk about is the victim with the Nicki Minaj situation. She never said that Nicki Minaj called her. She said it was like a mutual friend that had called her.
Somebody else connected to Nicki, right?
Hello?
You said somebody that was connected to Nicki Minaj?
Yes, I think she said it was the guy, Gantz, that called her the victim. She never said that it was Nicki Minaj herself that called her. And the only reason why she came out and told her side of the story is when basically Nicki Minaj came out first and said, hey, they was dating and blase. Then that's when we started hearing, you know, the victim side. You know, I was believing the victim until her daughter came out. Her daughter To me, it seemed like she's clout chasing. I don't know when the TikTok video was done. I'm not sure if it was done like a year ago or so. I can understand because this all just came out like a couple of months ago. So it's understandable that her daughter would have TikTok videos of Nicki Minaj because she's like somebody big and she has a big influence on TikTok and Instagram and all of that. But as far as her daughter is like messing her whole story up. If it is true, because her daughter saying it's 100,000 and the victim said 20,000, the daughter got pretty much the story all over the place saying, oh, she was bleeding at school and all types of stuff.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
One last thing. I just wanted to say something about Meek Mill. I understand it's his money. He could do whatever he wants with it, but he's always online bragging, talk about how he gives back to the community, his Rolex and watches. He could have gave those young kids a little bit of money and also mentored them on, hey, y'all each could have $20. Y'all can go buy a case of waters and flip the money. Like he could have gave them a message just behind the $20. And JT, I noticed her attitude lately been real nasty. As quick as you get the fame, you can lose it. I noticed the crowd that she hangs out with, Saucy Santana and Megan Thee Stallion, like they all got like nasty attitudes and devious ways. And JT, I think she got a lot of self-hating that's going on with her. I know back in the day, a lot of people said a lot of stuff on YouTube and Twitter, but the stuff that she's saying is like real crazy and off the wall and out of control. All right. Thank you, Wiley.
Okay, y'all, we're doing really good. Everybody's on the subject. This is really, really good. 4486, calling you on air.
Hi, yes. Hi, Wally. How you doing?
All right, good.
Yeah. So, question. I'm not saying that the lady is lying too. That's her name or whatever. But it sounds as though to me is that the story, along with the daughter's story, is a little conflicting. Now, yesterday when I saw the daughter, I mean, she was real. You know, you can tell she was hurt. She was, you know, a little bit upset or whatever. But today when I seen her, she was a little bit more comfortable. So to me, it's like they are really trying to push a story. And honestly, I didn't hear a lot about this story until Nicki said that she was dropping a documentary. Once Nicki Minaj said she was dropping a documentary, then all this other stuff come out the woodwork. Now, while you're probably going to hang up on me, but I'm going to try to get this out. The other thing is...
Okay. Well, thank you so very much. You hung up on yourself. 8047, call you on air. 8047 is 8047. You live on air.
Oh, hello.
Hey.
Hi, Wiley. Okay, so you said you thought that it could be a possibility that one of her fans could have called her.
Yeah, I say it could be that, or it could just be something she made up. Because if the marshals come to your house, don't you need to tell them and they can look at the phone records? Come on now. We're not in 1919. Okay, we're in 2020 where it's always a phone record on something.
Okay, but we wasn't privy to what was going on until now. So the fans wouldn't have known that. And what I also think that people are getting confused. She said 9 months ago. She said 9 months ago is when everything kind of resurfaced, which if you calculate back, 9 months is back in March. So once Nicki went public with Kenneth and also, you know, becoming pregnant, people then started digging up his past. And that's what happened. And so she was saying, the daughter, that his team or her team reached out to her or reached out to her mother to try and get her to recant her story. I don't think it was to change anything with what he had already been charged with. I think it was more so so that people, her fans, would look at her differently. So if they could pay her off and just, her come back and say, okay, we were dating and whatever, then it wouldn't look so bad, like in the tabloids and things. Another issue I wanted to when she said the 20,000, she didn't say that they offered her 100,000. She was saying that Nicki Minaj wouldn't even do a feature for 100,000 or wipe her poo nanny with 100,000. And what was another detail that she said? About everybody's talking about her TikTok videos. She said she was a fan of Nicki's. She wasn't privy to all of this until just 9 months ago. This has been 26 years ago. Her mother has tried to shield her of all this. She says that she can't pull up on her mother or go see her sister. So she is a grown woman. She's on her own. That's why she said this is her story, not her mother's story. She's speaking of where she has seen and where she's coming from and watching all of this. So her mother can't control what she's doing. If that's what she chooses to do, she's trying to, speak just from her point of view of what's going on. And as far as if she ever recorded any of conversations that, she probably didn't know it was going to turn into this. If Nicki called her or whoever called her, they may have not been thinking to let me grab a recording. But I just personally believe that this is something that's true. And I just think that we all put too much faith in flesh and people, and we idolize these people. They're human just like we are, and we all make mistakes. And, I just hope that nothing happens to her mother, their family. I hope that, they're able to pick up the pieces and go on with their life. But it's not so far-fetched that, Nicki's team is not behind any of this. I know we all love her music and everything, but it is a great possibility that, they have been harassed. And it's just minor details that everybody's getting hung up on that's making it seem like she's lying. But I watched the entirety of her videos and her mother, and I'm telling you, I've calculated everything, and it is to the T.
All right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in. So you're pretty much on the side of the mother and her daughter. But we thank you so much for calling in. Thank you. All right. I'll go to the next caller. Wow. Okay. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yes. Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
Okay. Yeah. So with Nicki Minaj, I got fucked with a screwdriver by her, and they couldn't take the screwdriver out my butthole. And then Kenneth came in the room and fucked me in the ass too.
No, come on now. 9271, call you on air.
Hi, Wally, and good grief. Come on, caller. That just
go to the subject.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, something stuck out to me, and that was I didn't get a chance to hear the young lady on the free app. But you said that
But we will be on Stage Here playing it, though. We will break it down on Stage Here. Do you have an iPhone or Android?
But I'm on Station Here. I'm connected to you, Wally.
Okay, because
it's the lady here. It's the lady.
Because we gotta break that. We gotta break it down because a lot of people weren't able to hear it. But go ahead.
Okay, but anyway, I believe I heard you read that she said that they were offered 20,000 and they didn't accept that, and I think you said or you read that then they were offered 100,000.
I heard that. That's what the daughter said. She said 100,000, and then she said, "Well, she won't be sick. She won't do a feature for 100,000." She was talking about Nicki won't do a feature for 100,000. So I heard two numbers. I heard 20,000. I heard 100,000.
Okay, fine. So even if it was, whatever, 600,000, whatever the case may be, and it was not accepted, correct?
Yes.
Yet you are on the free app giving this supposed exclusive story. And it's just interesting. And as much information that is out there, and seeing that this is such a big thing and they've had to move so many times, you cannot tell me that she just now finding out 9 months ago.
That
does not sit well with me either. So, again, I'm not trying to say that her mother was not hurt or raped and that Kenneth Petty didn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just speaking on what's going on now, and it's not sitting well. That's all.
All right. We thank you so very much for calling in. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. See you on Station Head. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hi, Wiley.
Hi.
Okay, so let me jump right on in. I want to talk about the Meek Mill. Meek Mill is trash for offering those kids $20. First and foremost, he seen those kids out there selling water. And had he known that he was not going to give those kids more than $20, he should have never recorded. He should have never stopped. He should have never even offered that 20. 5, 10 kids out there selling a bottle of water, and you're going to offer $20, and you're a millionaire. Pathetic. JT old tweet. At the end of the day, like you stated, people say things. She became a celebrity. Now, she's getting, a little bit of backlash for some of the things that she said. She should have deleted her Twitter. This is not the first time her old tweets have resurfaced. Her old tweets have resurfaced before, and it doesn't seem like she learned from that. Hopefully she learns from this because she's deleted her Twitter account. R. Kelly. R. Kelly is still the king of R&B. Okay, and until R. Kelly is proven guilty, in my standpoint, he is innocent. He has to have his day in court. People need to listen to his song, I Admit, 19-minute song where he's talking about the industry and the cricket management and the women and a whole bunch of other stuff. Jaguar, pray for her. That's all I can say about her. She's been in the media. She's been in the blog, a whole bunch of different stories, ins and outs. She's been hospitalized. Pray for her. Hopefully she gets the help that she needs. The last topic is the Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty. So here's what I want to say about the Nicki Minaj and the Kenneth Petty stuff. We do not know whether or not this is a victim or whatever. True enough, right? But it's just odd that ever since this relationship has become publicized and people have started digging, this woman has came out and told the story to initially, I think, Daytime Tea Time. And then after he, failed to register, this woman is coming out saying that, they have been harassed and been threatened and have been offered. Now, she said that through a third party, they had been offering her money, $20,000 to recant her story. She stated that she spoke to Nicki. She didn't say Nicki called her, meaning called her phone directly. She spoke to Nicki through a third party. So meaning somebody, because she said that they have mutual friends, so somebody within their mutual friend circle, because they're all from Queens, New York, someone in the mutual friend circle somehow linked up with her, a family friend or somebody, and somehow Nicki Minaj is on the phone saying, I heard you were planning to help us, and da-da-dee. And she said that at that point, she told Nicki, she said, listen, my story is true. Everything that I said happened, it happened. So I want you to know that. And that's what she stated. Now, as far as her daughter coming out, people are attacking the daughter, saying that if your mom is in hiding, why are you coming out? Well, the daughter is already a public figure. However, we did not know that her daughter was her daughter because she is a public figure, but no one knew that this girl was linked to this woman. Now everyone knows because the daughter decided to speak on her mother's behalf. People were talking about she was smiling, she was laughing. I think she was trying to keep calm and keep herself from getting upset. It's not her story, but she had to endure the pain that her mama dealt with, from the trauma that was inflicted on her. And what the daughter had stated is that the mom had never told her who assaulted her. She just know her mom was assaulted 26 years prior. The mom did not make that known to her until a few months ago when I guess they contacted the mom about the whole, recant or, do something like that. And then she let her daughter know that, hey, that's Kenny, that Nicki Minaj husband or whatever, that's him. That's the guy that did this to me. So people are trying to shoot bullet holes through her story and the mom's story and stuff, and trying to say, you know, what makes sense and what don't make sense. At the end of the day, if it's all false, Nicki Minaj is a millionaire. She has the top of the top attorneys that can not only go after this woman, prosecute her for making false, for lying on her husband, for slandering them, and so on and so forth. Nothing has been done, to our knowledge, as of yet, to this woman. So if there was no validity to it, then she wouldn't be continuously being able to speak, because Nicki Minaj, being the celebrity that she is, would have put a stop to her being able to speak. Now we have a face because her daughter has came out.
All right.
So we have a face. So if you get what I'm saying?
I hear you. Well, we thank you so much for calling. I'm going to go to the next caller.
All right, Wiley.
All right, now. Well, it's people that's going to believe it. It's people that's not going to believe it. Well, I ain't believe that Nicki or nobody on Nicki T called. Show me the phone records, baby, for me to believe it. 8550, call you on the air.
Hi, Wiley. My name is Stephanie. I'm a lawyer in Texas. I want to say I've been watching your show. You're very, very funny.
Thank you.
You really make me laugh. You have a talent, and I enjoy your show a lot. I have said and been doing some research into this, and I've watched the victim's statements. And it is true that her saying something different than she did in the past would not at all exonerate Mr. Petty of doing what he's accused of doing as far as failing to register, because it doesn't matter if you were never supposed to be on the registry. The fact is you were, and if he's found to have violated that, then that's an offense in and of itself, regardless of whether or not he should have been on it to begin with. But I was thinking about this, and a lot of states, including where I practice and including New York, where he was originally ordered to register, have what's called a deregistration process. And it varies from state to state, but it's basically a way to change your registration or get off the registry completely. And I'm not saying what she's saying is true, but I would say that now that I've kind of looked into that, it kind of changes my opinion of what might be going on, because I think maybe you could potentially say that her providing a different statement now might help him get a little bit more freedom as far as his registration requirements. But they'd have to go back to court. They'd have to file a petition. A judge would have to rule. It'd be a huge process. But ultimately, if what she's saying isn't true, and she's saying that they're asking her to change her story because they want her to help them in some sort of court proceeding, that's a criminal offense, and that's a really serious allegation for her to be making. Again, I'm not saying she's not telling the truth, but it is very, very serious what she's saying. And if she's saying that Minaj's and Petty's lawyers are involved, that's extremely serious. And if that is even remotely true, then, God be with those lawyers, because that can end your career.
Yes, because they get disbarred for that.
Disbarred and worse. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this case, so if let's say the victim want to change her statement, that they will have to go to a registration. Is what you're talking about, or they have to go back to court.
Well, that's the only thing legally that I think her changing her statement now could do legally. It's not going to help him. It's not going to. I don't think there's any way for him to really overturn the conviction to begin with, and I don't think it's going to help him, be able to argue that he shouldn't have had to register. But it could maybe in the future be able to help him have a little bit more freedom as far as his registration requirements, maybe if he won that proceeding. But that's the only thing I could think of that her changing her statement now would help legally. Public opinion is different, but that's really the deregistration or changing of registration requirements is really the only thing I could think that her a different statement now would help.
And can you answer this? If Nicki Minaj were to call her and bribe her with money, what charges can Nicki face? If she will call her and say, "Hey, here's $20,000 for you to recant your statement."
Well, it depends on what it's tied to. It's like if she says because it's theoretically, and say this happened in my state, okay, which is Texas. Like it's something. If it was tied to a legal proceeding, then it's something to the effect of witness tampering.
Okay, that's witness tampering. Okay, yes, thank you so much for calling in. Any other points you want to make?
No, but I really enjoy your show, and like I said, you make me laugh.
Thank you.
It's very good.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so much for calling in. Wow. So thank you. You just never know who's listening to the Wiley Show. That was incredible, and a lawyer broke that down. So shout out to her. 9091, calling on air.
Yes, the powers that be are definitely hard at work trying to discredit the victim in this whole case. Unfortunately, I feel like it's turning into a mind scramble, especially looking at the bigger picture with this narrative being pushed that rape survivors definitely cannot be believed due to the omission of certain details, facts, reactionary actions, those type of things. And I think it's pretty disgusting. The court of public opinion has spoken. And it seems like, at the beginning of your showcase, even you were saying, hey, we should still step in the name of love to the R. Kelly situation. If you are a survivor of these involved in the industry, don't expect to get any type of respect. It's just a lot of cynicism, and I'm highly disappointed in everyone.
Why are you disappointed? I'm not understanding. Hello? Oh, okay. I think she hung up. She said she was disappointed. I don't know why. 5387, calling on air. 5387.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
Doing all right.
Hey, so I just wanted to touch on a couple of things. Well, I think like the way people dragged Nicki so bad, she had empathy for Kenny, knowing him from the neighborhood and everything, and her being in the industry, dealing with the demons in the industry. I think that's how they really got closer and fell in love. Like, you can't help who you fall in love with. And I don't understand, if he did his time, why is the victim still talking? I don't get it. I don't understand. And then as far as Jaguar Wright, she was messy from the jump. Like, she was telling people business. So I don't understand why everybody like put so much trust in her. Cause she was just messy and nobody even knew about her. And as far as Storm really was already a conspiracy theorist, and his fans asked Storm to put Jaguar on his show, and then that's how that happened. So that's what that was about. I don't even know how Armand got involved with all of this. Like, he was hating on the whole situation. So I think Armand was being messy in this whole situation and got something stirred up. Because I don't get what happened. It was all good just a week ago. And then as far as JT and Meek Mill go, hello?
I'm listening.
Hello?
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
As far as them two go, there are people when they were kids that were treated poorly. They were treated bad. We know that of Meek Mill. JT, I think they from the projects or whatever when they was growing up. When people grow up, they start just treating people bad, like they were treated when they were little. Like, they go back to that whole, like, nobody treated me good, so, they feel like nobody deserves to be treated good, even kids, because they were treated wrong when they were kids. So I think that's what's up. I think that's what's going on with a lot of these entertainers. They grew up poor So they just really don't give a damn. Like, they don't care about society. They have like no humanity because nobody gave them that when they were growing up. So that's all I wanted to say.
All right, we thank you so very much for calling in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. All right, 0622. Don't forget, please subscribe. If this is your first time watching our show, please subscribe and please like the button. We will be doing an after show on Station. I'll be addressing some things that are not just on the main channel, because this main channel consists of celebrity gossip, but on Station, we will talk about other things that we didn't get a chance to talk about that we will not talk about on the main channel. So let's go to the next caller. 0622, caller, you on air.
Hey, Wiley, how you doing?
All right.
Wiley, real quick, I just wanted to tell you that you are doing an amazing job.
Thank you.
The night before, you had on the psychologist. Tonight, you have on a lawyer.
Yes.
And I just want to tell you that my dad always taught me to give people their flowers while they're here. So while the subjects are great, I just want to tell you that you have consistently kept us engaged. You are hilarious, and you give us life in this pandemic, Wiley.
Well,
so I just wanted to share some love with you tonight and enjoy the rest of your show.
Thank you so very much. Oh, appreciate the love. Thank you. Yes, guys.
Right, bye, Wiley.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You never know. You get those type of messages. Oh, don't better have me crying. Don't have me crying. Anonymous, you live on the air. All right, Anonymous.
Hello.
Yes, can you turn me down the background? Make sure your device is off.
Oh,
Go ahead. Hello.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. I just want to say, I hope that JT understands that brown skin, dark skin, whatever the complexion, Black women are all beautiful. It's unfortunate that she made those tweets back in the day. You know, hopefully she finds self-love pretty much. And, you know, just realize that we're all beautiful. It doesn't matter the complexion, crunchy, as she calls it, or whatever the case may be.
Milky Way, like she got upset with OG because somebody said she looked like OG, and she was like, "No, I don't have big lips." She was like really big.
Mad.
She was definitely mad about that too. So I forgot to tell y'all that. Yes, she was upset when they said she looked like OG. She got really upset about that.
What video is that? Is that
that's not a video? It's a tweet. It was
No, but remember the picture where it was her and Carisha. I love Young Miami, by the way, but it was Young Miami and her, and they was looking real regular.
Okay.
They hadn't hit the money yet. You could tell, and you know that's just. I don't know if it was a camera lighting. It could be anything, but they was looking very dark, if they want to call it that. You know, and nobody can get triggered because I am a brown skin girl. I like to claim dark skin, but everybody tell me, no, you brown. Okay, whatever. I don't really care. I'm Black, and that's what it is. But they're Black girls, and just represent for the Black girls. Y'all are beautiful women. Why does it matter the complexion of Black that you are? I don't understand. We have so many different shades. Just represent. Don't down another shade. And I just really hope that she gets that. And any girl that's out there right now that thinks that like, oh, I'm dark skinned and it's not as cute as maybe a caramel brown skin girl or a dark, like, no, we're all beautiful, light skin, whatever. Like, just praise it all. We're Black. You know, it's beautiful. So that's beautiful. All I had to say, Wiley. Right. I was triggered, as you could tell, because I had to call in.
Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you.
Right,
love
bye-bye.
the show, Wiley.
Love you. Okay, so let's go to the next one. 9188, call you on air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey. I just had a few points to make about this whole Nicki husband situation thing. Okay, what I don't get with people is that they're saying that, you know, he was convicted, he served his time and all that. But I noticed that any kind of allegations that come his way, you know, they pretty much say it's true. You know, they don't give him a benefit of the doubt. You know, I guess because he got convicted, he gotta be blamed for every allegation that comes his way. And that's wrong. You know what I mean? They don't know if this chick is the real victim, number one. And they don't know if these allegations are true. Everybody's just jumping on this bandwagon.
Okay. You said everybody jump on the bandwagon. You still there, ma'am?
Hello?
Yes, your phone went out. What was your last point?
Oh, yes. So what I was saying is, it seems like everybody's jumping on the bandwagon and saying this man is harassing these people, him and Nicki. And, it's all due to the fact that, he was convicted of this crime, not knowing this chick is telling the truth or not, if it's the real victim or not. So I just figure it's just the same thing as back in 2019, 18 or 19, when everybody was just, behind Nicki with everything, and with that Jaguar from the jump, I just figured that from the jump, I'm listening to her, I already know she was messy. So,
all right.
She was messy, so I didn't, pay her any mind. And that's all I had to say. And I enjoy your show. I just wanted to let you know that.
I enjoy you too. Thank you so much for calling in. Oh, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am, for calling in. That was wonderful. Bye-bye. That was wonderful.
That's right. Bringing you the best in politics and celebrity gossip. This is the Wiley Show.
Y'all need to listen to that, okay?
Keep it going.
Wow. Yes. Thank you all so very much for all the subscribers that came in today. Thank you so very much for y'all love, for y'all support. I want to give a special shout out to all the moderators. Love you. Thank you all. We will be doing the after show on Station Head right after this video. So make sure y'all tune in. My closing remarks is this. No matter what is going on with Meek Mills, I do believe that he was wrong, and I've said it. JT, we shouldn't hold her accountable for those old tweets. Let's see how she do now with this new Twitter. With Kenneth Petty, I don't believe that Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj is reaching out to the victim to recount her story. I don't believe it until I see some evidence and proof. I believe that the victim's daughter is just repeating what her mother had told her, and she's doing it on her own channel and probably doing it for clout to sell her, because I think she do psychic readings and all of that type of stuff. So I think there's a lot of some clout chasing that's in it. We didn't hear none of this stuff until Nicki Minaj says she's going to have a documentary that's going to come out, and as everybody else want to come out and start speaking. So I'm not on, let me say it crystal clear, I am not on Nicki Minaj's payroll. I am not on her payroll, anything like that. Nicki Minaj is not following me on Instagram or Twitter. I'm just giving my point of view, because I know some people out there going to say, oh, you're on her payroll. Y'all say I'm on Tasha's payroll, and none of those are the case. So we will be breaking down some things on Station Head that we did not get a chance to talk about over here, because like I said, we only talk about celebrity gossip. And to Anne-Marie, I don't know how that's going on. We're going to update you on that stories, but on Station Head, I will play one of her records on Station Head. So, because I got one of her, we do want to play one of her records. Now, we are in the top 10 on Station Head. We've been at number 9 for about 5 days straight. We want to be in the top spot. So that's all we're going over there having a good time. You can download on your iPhone users, Android users. You will have to do some special instructions that the mods are posting right now. Okay. All right. Thank you all so very much. If you're your first time watching, thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you all to all the callers for calling in. Thank you. And I will see y'all again. Oh, let me hold on. Let me put this up here. Let me take this off. Give me 1 second. I'm moving here myself. That is the show number 972-674-9462. You can send me all information, any celebrity gossip stuff. Don't send me any blogger stuff, because half the time I already seen that before you already seen it. But if you got any celebrity gossip, or if you got a story that you want to share with us that you think that is deserving of us to look into, the number is 972-674-9462. Some of you all have been blowing me up on this number today, saying, when you going live, talk about this, talk about that. And I thank you all for just keeping that number notified. This is the number where we can text you when we go live, if you're looking forward to that. Also, we are on Instagram at Wiley Show. That's WILEYSHOW. And we are on Twitter at Wiley Show as well. Thank you all, and I will see you all on Station Head.